Hey guys, Sam here from Speedline Technology. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the replica of the Samsung Galaxy S5 from DHGate. So let's get straight into this video. If you have never heard of DHGate, it's a wholesale website based in China that ships goods all over the world, and they do supply some good products. Today I'm going to be giving you a review of the Samsung Galaxy S5 replica that they sent out for review, which you can purchase on wholesale or you can purchase it alone. As you can see, the replica comes in a cardboard box with a wooden design just like the real thing. When you open it up, you are straight away introduced by the phone itself, then the quick start guide, as you can see, and a flip case just like the Galaxy S5 official flip case, but a cheap version. Then underneath the cardboard tab you will find a 5-watt Apple charger, but it's not actually the Apple one, it's really plasticky and feels very cheap. Then the USB cable and the earphones that come supplied with it. Setting that aside, let's take a look at the phone itself. On the right hand side we have the lock button, and on the left hand side there is a volume control button. And on the top of the phone there is the 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the left of that is what looks like a microphone. But there is also one on the bottom as well. Also on the bottom is the charging port, which has a small plastic cover over it. Then on the front side we have a 5.1-inch screen, the home button, a speaker, the front-facing camera, the LED notification light, and 2 touch buttons. Finally, on the back of the phone we have a speaker, the rear view camera, and a small flash. So moving on to the hardware, the phone runs off an MTK6582 quad-core processor, Android 4.42 and 1GB of RAM. It can hold a microSD card up to 32GB and has a 5.1-inch display size. Unfortunately, the phone has a very low resolution of only 854 by 480 pixels. The rear view camera shoots 8-megapixel photos, whereas the front-facing camera shoots 3 megapixels. The phone supports 2G, 3G, GPS and Wi-Fi, but not 4G, even though the 4G icon shows up in the notification bar on the phone. Finally, the specification states that the phone will last 2 to 3 days on standby time with its 2800 mAh battery, but I have found that it doesn't last longer than 14 hours on standby time. So now let's take a look at the phone. On the lock screen we can either drag up the camera icon to open the camera or swipe anywhere on the screen to unlock the device. If I drag down the notification bar, we can see that we have the clock, the date, some wireless controls, S-Search and Quick Connect, and then if we click the icon in the top right it will show us all of the quick controls that we have available. So taking a look at the settings, we can see that it has a bunch of drop-down menus with colourful button type icons in like the real S5. However, in this replica version, a lot of these menus do not work, such as NFC, because the phone simply does not have that hardware implemented. Taking a look at some of the main apps, starting with the dialer, it has large numbers which glow when you tap on them, and when you type a number in, it automatically puts it in the US format. Next, we have messaging, where we instantly find our first spelling error, and probably the most drastic too. As you can see, it says no information t, but I suppose if you have any text this won't be visible. If we click compose a message, you can see that this screen has a very nice design, and the keyboard comes with 5 pages of emoticons. Next up is the browser, which is the traditional Android browser app that a lot of people hate. In my opinion, it's okay, but I find Google Chrome much easier to use, especially with the tabs feature. Finally, but especially not the least important, we have the camera app. It has just a few different modes, normal mode, some airbrush kind of effect modes, ghost effect mode, panorama mode, and also the dual camera mode, which it's taken from the real S5. The app also allows you to shoot video. There's a couple of final problems with this phone. First off, starting with the gritty feeling of the screen. It doesn't feel all that great, but I suppose this could be easily solved by using a screen protector. Also, the device has a really ugly logo at the top just under the speaker on the front side, which basically looks like a black smudge. Talking about the speaker, let me show you a quick test of the sound quality. Unlike other skins, iCarbon is printed with a 3-dimensional As you can hear, it sounds very tinny and not that nice at all, but I suppose it's okay for a very cheap phone. One interesting feature I also found is this kind of gesture thing on the lock screen where you can draw things like up and down, sideways arrows, and you can also type like draw letters, and certain apps will open. I don't know how you customize this because I haven't had a proper look at the settings, but yeah, this is quite an interesting feature and could come in handy. One of the biggest problems I found with this phone is the box, and all of the information on the back of the box is fake. I think it's just to look more like the real Samsung Galaxy S5 box, but it doesn't actually provide any specs and features of the DHGate version of the phone. Instead, it just has all of the real version of the phone information on the back, unfortunately. Overall, I think this phone is ideal for people who don't want to spend much or want to show off with a £50 replica of the Samsung Galaxy S5, but I really don't think this would suit someone like me who is interested in the specs and technology of the device. But with the price of only £50 for this phone, you really can't go wrong. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. I would just like to thank DHGate for sending this product out for review. As always, if you'd like to purchase this product, there will be a link down in the description below and another link to DHGate's main homepage. Thanks for watching this video guys, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.